Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's Tina Brigley. If this is your first time watching me, just say hello. Let me know that you're here. If you come every week, thank you for being here. So I got some inspiration from a friend, Bruce. If you're watching, that's you. He sends me these videos all the time and it gives me so much juice and energy. So thank you for doing that. And there was this video and this man was saying, stop trying to change people. It's a waste of time. Do this instead. And I thought, oh my gosh. I have spent most of my life trying to change myself. I have spent most of my life trying to fix that part of me that no longer works. And then I noticed that I was doing that too with my husband, with my dad. Oh man, I can see what's possible. And the coach in me was just like, can't you see this? Can't you see what's possible? And in that process of trying to change someone, I realized this: people don't change. And I say this all the time. You're not changing. I'm not changing. People around you are not changing. And this is why I say this. There are parts of us, parts of our identity that we have created to protect us, to keep us safe. Some things have happened, whether you had a great childhood or a shit childhood, trauma or no trauma, things happen where you create this armor around you. It's your identity. It protects you. Now, if you are the type of person that invests a lot in personal development and you start uncovering your blocks, you see that these barriers, you can break them down. But the parts of you, the shadow parts of you that you really want to transform, they never completely go away. Like my insecurities will never go away, but this is the thing. When we are aware of what's hiding in our blind spots, when we see them, we see this part of us that we created to keep us safe. What happens is we practice quieting the mind chatter, the inner dialogue, our saboteurs, our shadow version of us, our whatever you want to call them, our gremlins. We start paying attention to them. We notice them. And our job is to tame them. They don't go away. Now, when we're trying to fix other people, when we're trying to change them, it's an internal game. It's an inside game. It doesn't matter how much you see or how much you believe in them and stand for them. If they're not willing to do the inner job, nothing will shift. Nothing will change. And sometimes people spend a lifetime, and maybe this is you, trying to change your partner. There's things that you don't really like or that annoy you or drive you crazy, and you want to change that and you focus on changing them. This is my suggestion. And this is what I believe is a better solution to that. Work on yourself. See, when you take action to work on yourself, to uncover the things that are hiding outside of your view, this amazing thing happens. The people around you notice a change in you. The people around you feel a difference. They want a piece of that. They want to know, like, what are you doing that's so different? And I hear this with my clients all the time, and it happens really, really quickly. People around them, like where things weren't moving, when there was no agreements, people were certain ways, they were stuck on their beliefs. When my clients started transforming, those people started shifting because they saw something that they couldn't see before in themselves. And this is the beauty of personal development, right? Because we get to stand for our own transformation. And in the process of doing that, what we're actually doing is giving people permission to take it on themselves. See, most of the world won't do this though. They won't be responsible for the inner game. They don't even want to look. They believe, and I hear this all the time, Tina, I have multiple degrees. I have a great family. I have a great relationship. I exercise. I eat well. All of these things, my life is great. And I say, okay, cool. Then what's next? What are you creating? Well, I really wanted to create a business, but I've been too afraid. Okay, look there. Okay, yes, we have amazing lives. But if you believe that this is it, this is all that's available for me, you're missing out on something really miraculous. Really, really miraculous. So when we are focusing our energy outward, it doesn't work ever. I mean, there were so many things. And Chris, if you're watching, I love you. You know, I love you. My ex-husband and I have this agreement. Like, I'll never, ever bad talk him ever because he's amazing. There is sometimes this energy, though, that was very masculine. And for me, being an empath, when he would go into his masculine energy, I would just like shrink. It's like, why do you got to be so sharp with your tone? Just change your tone. Why can't you change your tone? And it was like being that person for him was actually reinforcing that behavior, and I didn't know it. So when I started doing personal work, I started seeing things differently. Like, wow, what is it over there with him that has him need to be harsh with his tone? I got to see that we're all walking around triggered most of the time, and we don't even know why we're triggered. I got to see the human behind the being. Like, what is there that has you sharp, sharp, sharp? You know, instead of what I was doing before is taking it personally. There's something wrong with me. I must be X, Y, and Z, but it wasn't. So when I started noticing myself, what was going on, what were my triggers, why was that such a why was the way he was being impacting me so much? Because it wasn't about him. It was about me. It was something coming from the past that was being triggered, and I wasn't being responsible for it. I wasn't looking within to see, where is this actually coming from? What does this remind me of? And so when I started doing the work on myself, people around me, it didn't matter what they were doing or not doing, I got to recognize when I was triggered. And we can do this. We can practice doing this because this gives you power. And it doesn't matter what is going on out there. It's what's going on in here that is the only thing you can control. The only thing you can control. You can't control anything out there. Although, doesn't it feel really good to try and control everything out there? You know, it's like when you get really annoyed or frustrated when you come home from work and the dishes aren't done. And you're like, man, you guys have been home all day. You didn't even do the dishes. Da, 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 da. It looks like it's the dishes. It looks like it's out there. But guess what? It's not. It's just dishes in the sink. But why are the dishes in the sink such a trigger? And when we look inside and see, okay, so what is my experience? I don't feel respected. I don't feel valued. I feel like I'm taken advantage of. All of those things. Okay, notice what is actually going on over here with you. You know, I feel X because right? When we shift the gears to adding that word nobody has the power to make you feel angry, to make you feel frustrated. Nobody has that power, but we give that power away. And then we try and fix them instead of ourselves. So let me know what you're hearing in this conversation, because it's not just hearing, like, listen, I'm going to give you insights every single week, right? And the insights can be like, oh my gosh, I've been doing that. But this is the thing, you guys, when you hear an insight and then you take action on it, when you notice it in your life, when you get on the court, what I'm saying can be transformational for you. It can totally be transformational. But what we do is we don't ever change we don't shift the context. We don't shift what's going on. We don't shift what is happening internally, right? We get to practice, and this is what it is. It's practicing when you see something and doing something different. That's where it becomes part of your being. That's when people say, man, I notice a difference. I had someone reach out to me that I knew from high school, an extraordinary entrepreneur. And he said, hey, Tina, let's create something in the fall. And he has a business and he runs a scare house. Sean, if you're listening, I'm talking about you. And he said, you know, Tina, I remember 2 years ago watching your videos and thinking, oh my gosh, she's so scared, but she's still doing it. And 2 years later, I watch your videos. I'm like, that is a totally different person. Like, what the heck? It's amazing to watch the evolution. This is what it looks like to be on the court. I break down all the time. I have major breakdowns, but I also, I have breakthroughs. And this is what it takes to get results in your life. You get to be with your experience, be with the breakdowns, and practice, practice, practice every day. Trust me. When you're on the court, there's huge breakdowns. And I don't share all my breakdowns, but like yesterday, I went to bed at 8 o'clock because I was just like, I'm in a leadership program. It's 16 hours a day and I have my clients. And, I looked at my calendar. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm stepping into my masculine energy. I said that I was going to slow down. I'm like, listen, it's 1 week. It's training. You got this. Who do you get to be when this is happening? Get present. I am a loving, courageous, and powerful leader. And if I were being a loving, courageous, and powerful leader, would I focus on the 16-hour-a-day training? And would I focus on all the things that I have to do? No, I would just be with the experience and enjoy every moment of it. This is a practice. I get hooked, you get hooked. But when you're committed to making a difference in your life, I promise you, your life will shift. The people around you will shift. Your children will shift. Your partners will shift. Why? Because you say so. Because you are the cause of your life. You are the creator of your reality. If you don't like your reality, you get to change it, but it's going to take something to do that. So anyways, hey, Ada. Hey, Steve, Karen from Barbados. Hey, Michael. Okay, so that's all I got for you today. It's short, it's snappy. Let me know not just what you're getting, what you're going to do with what you're getting, okay? What is the action you're going to take that's going to make a difference in your life and those around you, okay? I love you guys. You're amazing. You're badass. I haven't promoted it yet. I have something coming up that's really great in September. I'll keep you posted on that. But of course, if you are stuck with your mind chatter, if you're stuck with just not being on the court in your life and you don't know what actions to take to move forward, please have a call with me. Book it today. I only have like 4 spots left next week. So book your call. Let's have a 20-minute reset. Let's just see what's getting in your way of having everything that you want. And let's make magic happen. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll see you back next week. And have an amazing, miraculous day. Be bold, be badass, get shit done. Mwah. Bye, everyone.